At the beginning of the movie, it is shown that some music is so powerful that souls start getting attracted to it, to the extent that this music pulls souls even from the future and past, and at the same time, it also attracts viewer souls towards it. Finally, in the movie's opening scene, we see a wounded boy named Sammy entering a church holding a guitar in his hand, who is badly injured, and the church people get worried seeing him. The priest also starts praying for him and tells Sammy to leave music, saying that the demonic forces behind him at that time will not leave him. To know what actually happened with Sammy at that time, the story goes one day back. Sammy is shown with musicians holding a guitar. They form a blue music band. This music or song has all emotional lyrics, and to properly understand the emotions, the music is made in such a way that not just people, even souls start getting lost in it. Sammy's dad does not like this passion of his at all, and it turns out that Sammy's dad is none other than the priest shown in the first scene. In the next scene, we see two brothers named Smoke and Steak. They have a lot of money, which they looted from a very big gangster. Despite having so much money and power, people were not respecting them because they are from the black community. As soon as they came to the city, they bought a factory site at a high price from a white man where they want to make a nightclub for their community people. For singing and music in this club, someone was also needed. They went to the station and were attracted by Sammy's voice and his band's music, and they asked Sammy's band to perform in their club. These people left from there. They also hired two Chinese people who had a restaurant. Smoke and Steak wanted that these two manage all the food and drink arrangements in their club. After this, Smoke goes to meet his wife. His wife used to do voodoo magic. That is why Smoke started staying away from her. Even after so long, when they meet, they start arguing about something, and his wife tells him that you people who survived World War I did so only because of my voodoo magic. Hearing this, Smoke says, if your magic was so powerful, then why couldn't our daughter be saved? Hearing this, Smoke's wife goes silent, but she sees that Smoke is still wearing the pendant she gave him. Because of that, she still loves him. Now the scene cuts, and we are shown a strange, injured man whose condition looked like he escaped some cruelty. He hides in a couple's house, and shortly after that, some vampire hunters come to that couple's house. But the couple lies to the vampire hunters to protect that man, saying no one has come to our house. After the vampire hunters leave, the man who had come to their house attacks the boy and drinks some of his blood. After that, we learn that the boy had also become a vampire, and his wife screams loudly seeing him, and the scene cuts right there. Now we are again shown Smoke and Steak, whose nightclub is now fully decorated, i.e., it is complete, and today is their opening night. Smoke was very strict about his things and had told his god that no one should enter without a ticket or with a low price ticket, while Steak thought the opposite. For their community, their club should be like a paradise where they can come for a bit of rest after their tired days. Even if they pay less, it's okay. It is shown that their nightclub was successful from the very first day because many people had come. Sammy starts his performance in which people get lost, and now we also see souls getting attracted and coming here through his music. Now the three vampires have also come there, among which the first vampire had turned the couple into vampires. They couldn't enter the club without permission. When they asked for permission, Smoke denied it. Because he was white and white people did not consider their community good, now Smoke was taking revenge from them, even though the vampire even said that we have a lot of money. I only came here attracted by this song, and I will also loot a lot of money here. When Smoke remained firm on his decision, then these three vampires went and started singing. Then it is shown that Smoke and Steak have a fight with their friend Mary, whose mom had raised both of them. In anger, she goes out of the club where those three vampires were, and the girl vampire tries to talk to Mary and says, let us enter the club. We have these gold coins which we will give inside. But Mary found the behavior of this vampire a bit strange, because seeing Mary, water started coming out of her mouth. And without wasting time, she attacked Mary, bit her, and drank her blood and made Mary a vampire too. After becoming a vampire, she now went near the club, and after taking permission entered the club too. When she started getting close to Steak, she also attacked Steak and drank his blood and turned him into a vampire. Smoke, who is Steak's brother, saw all this. He shoots Mary to save his brother, but Mary laughs and walks away from there as if the bullets had no effect on her. Smoke considered Mary his sister. Seeing this behavior of hers, he became emotional and for the time being evacuated the nightclub. But just then, Smoke's wife came there and she told him that Mary had become a vampire. That's why the bullets had no effect on her. Smoke's wife knew all this because she believed in Budo magic. We see that when the club's security guard comes out for a bit to ease himself, the same vampire attacks him too and turns him into a vampire. After that, when he also wanted to enter the club, he had to ask for permission. Seeing this, Smoke's wife immediately understood that if he is asking for permission, then definitely he too has become a vampire. This man says, "Okay, don't let me in. At least give me today's money." Now, when Smoke extends his hand to give him his money, he was about to bite his hand too. But to save himself, Smoke fired on him. Inside, we see Steak, who had been made a vampire by Mary, had now regained consciousness. Before he could attack the people there, Smoke's wife throws garlic juice on him, which causes him a lot of pain. To save everyone, Smoke's wife tells everyone that there are many ways to avoid these vampires. To drive them away, garlic juice can be thrown on them or garlic can be used. Apart from that, if they are to be killed, they can only be killed with silver or a stick. And yes, if any human tries to enter your building by asking for permission, immediately deny it because humans can enter any building without permission, but vampires cannot. Now she tells all the people present inside and outside the club to eat garlic so she can confirm that everyone present here is still human. Now, the scene outside the club is shown. All the people who had come to this club had been sent out by Smoke, but after going out, the vampires attacked them. When many people turned into vampires, they attacked other people like themselves, and almost everyone here turned into vampires like this. And now these vampires were celebrating their own party. They were even waiting for the remaining humans in the club to come out so they could attack them. At this moment, his wife says to avoid the vampires, "We will stay in this building the whole night. In the morning, all these vampires will disappear from here because they cannot stay in sunlight." Now, the first vampire comes and starts convincing Smoke and all his companions that they too should become vampires because this is the best decision. There is no racism here, meaning there is no concept of black or white. Also, there is no death in vampirism. Here we learn another interesting fact about vampires, that the vampire who turns another human into a vampire by hunting them also gets the memory of the previous vampire. Like the vampire who first attacked the couple, that couple was already about to attack Smoke and Steak. They were going to rob them because no one in the city could tolerate that black people were the richest here. He says to them, "Look, humans can't tolerate your progress anyway, so why don't you just become vampires?" In the end, he says outside, "Fine. If you all don't want to, then just give us Sammy, because the music of Sammy has that power which can even call the souls of the past and present here." Now, here, the Chinese woman who was left, who was running the restaurant here, is threatened that they will go to her home and attack her daughter. Hearing this, she becomes emotional and threatens them back to fight her, and like that, the vampires get permission to enter the nightclub. Now, as soon as the vampires enter, they attack all the humans. In this vampire attack, Smoke's wife, the lady who had challenged these vampires, and a member of Sammy's band who had taught blue music to Sammy, all three of them get killed. The most emotional death here was of Smoke's wife, whom Smoke himself killed. Smoke's brother Steak had attacked his wife in such a way that he was turning her outside. Before she could become a vampire, Smoke killed his wife with a wooden stick. Here we see Sammy and Sammy's companions trying to escape from the vampires, but the first one, named Ramek, stops them. Meanwhile, on the other side, Smoke starts fighting with his own brother Steak. Now, one of the last Grams attacks Sammy and his partner. He had bitten Sammy's partner. Sammy's partner tells him to leave her and save himself and run away from here. It wasn't easy to escape from all the vampires. All of them were chasing Sammy, so to save himself, Sammy hits his guitar on Ramek's head. The guitar had a lot of silver on it, because of which Ramek felt a lot of pain. And since all these vampires were somehow connected to Ramek, all of them felt the pain and Sammy got the chance to escape. Now we see that Ramek was about to attack Sammy, when this time Smoke comes to save Sammy and stabs a wooden stake into his body, and everyone was shocked by the death of Ramek, the leader. And just then, the morning sun also rose. These vampires didn't even know that before morning they had to hide somewhere. As the sunlight increased, they automatically burned. After this, Sammy tells Smoke to quickly run away from here because he knew that the gangster whose money he had looted at the beginning of the movie, his men would definitely come to attack him. And that's exactly what happened. Many people came here to catch him, with whom Smoke fought alone using his gun and killed all of them. But in return, those other people were also firing, and from their bullets, Smoke got badly injured. He was taking his last breaths, in which it's shown that he remembers his wife and daughter, and just like that, he dies. Now we see Sammy, who comes into the church holding the head of the guitar. This is the starting scene of the movie. Here we had already seen that Sammy's dad, who is a priest, tells him to leave music and pray, but Sammy doesn't do that and walks away with the guitar head. After that, in the movie's post credits, we are shown a time 60 years later, and we see old Sammy who still makes that blue music. Sammy was singing a song and showing just this. The movie ends here.